This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Make sure you smash that like button, smash that subscribe, and let's get right into the news. Well, they say you shouldn't start with somebody if you have skeletons in your closet, and that's what Benzino has. Many skeletons in his closet, okay? Many secret weird relationships and many weird street stories. One being his cousin shot him on the way to a funeral. He says he wasn't even going to the funeral. He went to the wake the day before, and it was his mom's funeral, so it's very sad. But he was on the way, and he unprovokingly got shot by his cousin. Yeah, right. You know that he was passing his cousin, and he wasn't going to the funeral because he had so much beef, he said. I'm going to tell you something. Benzino for sure provoked that situation. Okay? That he for sure did. I mean, it's obvious. Benzino, all he does is start beef with people. So anyways, he trying to start more beef with Wack 100 by saying he, put the pressure on Wack 100 and he never showed up. Now, Benzino was recently chased off a podcast for the podcaster being at Get a Report Card podcast. Very prepared, brought the paperwork. Benzino was like, check my paperwork, it's clean. Well, he says, I'm reading off your paperwork, and it says you told. And Benzino was like, well, what happened was, and then it's, it turns into something like that. Come on, man. You got caught, bro. You got caught. It's okay. It happens. So anyways, Wack 100 now is keeping the pressure on him. And he says, he already said something earlier. Now he's going a step further, and he says, no. You for sure took the stand, Benzino. He said, because Benzino kept saying, I never took the stand, though. I might have said he shot me when the cop pulled me over, but I didn't take the stand. So he says, you definitely took the stand, Benzino. This is my last warning. Don't mention my name. This exposure movement is real. I'll whoop your head, boy. Don't make me run a marathon on you. I'm showing you just enough to know better. And he puts up some paperwork of the transcripts. Mr. Scott, do you also wear contacts? Sometimes you do have to take the stand. He had to take the stand. It doesn't mean he told on the stand, though. And if he had told on the stand, Get a Report podcast would have had that. But he didn't have to tell on the stand. Because he already pointed the finger at his cousin in a traffic stop, and that stuff is admissible. But telling on the stand would have sent his cousin or nephew to prison for 15 years, I guess, so he spared him. Listen, man, it is what it is. Can we acknowledge now that Pusha T, nobody cares anymore? Ever since he had that Drake beef, right? Where they traded shots and Drake bowed out, right? So Pusha T was declared the winner. It didn't do anything for his career. If anything, it ended his career. I don't remember Pusha T having anything after that. Nothing memorable. Right now, they have this Clips album that's been in limbo for 3 years now. If anything, Pusha T has taken an L. People care less. I think the Drake beef, in anticipation for a beef with Drake, really kept his momentum going. And I like Pusha T. I have a lot of songs in my playlist from Pusha T, but I don't know. I think he milks it too hard. He thinks he's the big bad wolf, and he's not. Pusha T is not the big bad wolf. Is he good at rapping? Absolutely. Okay? Top tier. But he's not the big bad wolf everyone has to be scared of, because and that's all he does. 8 ounces on the kilo. 8 ounces on the scale, trying to move it to a kilo. That's how he raps. Then we got Nicki Minaj. People thought Remy Ma won that beef, right? But ever since that beef, we never heard from Remy Ma again. It's almost like they beefed way above their pay grade, and it destroyed them. Because, yeah, you could have beef with a Nicki or you could have beef with a Drake. They have more power to make deals with people and say, hey, don't do Backdoor deals. Don't do business with this person. If you do, I won't do this. Now, Drake can't pull that move with Kendrick. Kendrick is, up there with him. They're in the same pay grade. I mean, they're at the same level. So it's like maybe Drake has a little bit on Kendrick at the time they did the beef, but not enough to be like if Kendrick did win that beef, all it did elevate him. It did. Then we got Funk Flex. Should think about retiring. He should think about retiring because I'm going to tell you, he's been controlling things for 30 years and he won't let if you don't let go, they'll make you let go. Okay. They'll start conspiracies against you, rumors, and there's plenty to work with Flex. He could get Me Too'd in 2 seconds and have to resign. If I were Flex, I would resign. It's time, buddy. It's time to move on. It's dry up there. He's crying on the mic. Everyone, he lied and Biggie lied. All the past 10 years of crap from Flex. Like we dropping the. I'm gonna end someone's career tonight. He never ends in anything. I like Flex, but it's just too much. When is he going to let go? Let someone else come up. Bobby Shmurda cannot admit that he was washed, bro, and that nobody went to check his concert. Now, he can unwash himself. Turn it up, man. Use some of them the features you can get and start putting out product. Is he unsigned? I think that's what happened. I think he's just unsigned. He didn't sign back with the label. He kind of went to war with the label. That's what's ultimately going to be Drake's biggest problem here is I think it's the Drake you knew before will never be the same because he went to war with the label and they might be willing to walk away from that business. What was Bobby Shmurda's latest song? You notice when people leave a label and they don't kind of figure out a way to re-sign or stuff, they disappear. Meek Mill is gone, bro. Meek Mill is gone. And it's not totally his fault. Yep, he's unsigned, I think. I don't see any Bobby Shmurda. What's his latest single? Show wall, let's see. What was that one where he dropped? These are all features. He's been doing a lot of features, bro. He's been doing a lot of features. Eli. Okay. Let's see. Bobby Rats single 2023. Who did this come out through? GS9 Records. Yep. Didn't even break 1 million. Yeah. Bobby. Yo, this was spooky. DDG and Charlemagne. So, DDG was talking about, girls be catching feelings. I'd be trying to, make it so they don't catch feelings. Charlemagne was like, what do you be doing? Do you be eating butt? And I was like, bro, you went to that? You went to that, bro? It's almost like Charlemagne was asking for himself. He was like, do you eat butt? I was like, whoa. Want to tell us something? Oh, this is funny. So DDG was on live and he had Rick Ross's baby mom on there. And she started moaning in the background like her mic was left on, right? Where is it? Hold on. She was moaning in the background because her mic was left on. She disappeared on the boat for a second, right? Everyone thought she was pleasing herself. Oh, I didn't save it. It was funny, though. She was like, oh. And then she had to come on live and tell people, like, no. I was throwing up. I guess she was having like seasickness or something, which is funny because she lives in Florida. She shouldn't be seasick like that, but you know, because like you grew up around the ocean. Maybe she just never went on a boat. Let me see if I can find it. Nah, I'm not gonna be able to find it, bro. It was funny though. DJ Khaled gotta stop. Then we got. I'm sorry. Let me just wrap this video up. Then we got. That's about it. That's it. Benzino, trash, bro. He continues to ruin himself. Like as soon as he's coming out of something, he ruins it. Ruins himself. Sabotages everything in his life. This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Smash that like button. Peace.